farmer's market because it has been that successful. So those are some key points there. So I think on the agritourism side, there's a lot of opportunities. However, I am getting a few mixed signals because at one point it sounds like, well, it's not production, it's educational. But then there was another statement that said that, well, the agritourism side might fail, but the production will be there. So I definitely see some mixed messages. There are other integrated systems in the state. One is local as Food Chain in Lexington, Kentucky, and their whole basis, it's not on the same scale as far as vertical integration and vertical growing, but it's a hydroponic indoor growing facility that reutilizes an old bread factory. It has a brewery attached to it, a local restaurant, they raise fish. It all goes to that local community, so it's definitely an economic viability. So currently, with the way it stands, 27 has been our lifeline for the farmers market. The visibility, the foot traffic, we get a lot of walkers to our community, to our market. We have a lot of activities and events. We partner with other community agencies, the school system, the library, historical society. We partner with all of these, the health department, extension office, to do educational programming, because our motto is we're more than corn and tomatoes. We have added value products. They're going through training for home-based microprocessing. They don't even have access to city water in some areas, which is required for added value food process. So there's a lot of legalities just even behind the scenes of managing a farmer's market, but there's definitely a lot of opportunities. So at the end of the day, right now to have a farmer's market on Saturday and Sunday from 8 to 3 p.m. would possibly be a competition for us. Not that we couldn't utilize the building, but again, that 27 lifeline, there's so many people who stop on their motorcycles to collect produce from us. And that helps us a lot. So location would not necessarily be the most ideal. And our population is only 14,000. Over 50 years from the Community Economic Development Initiative of Kentucky, our population is estimated to go to about 50,000 and then come back and maintain at around 40,000. So we're not seeing a tremendous scale of growth based on statistics and data research as far as our population is concerned. So I just don't know that it would be viable to sustain 2 farmers markets in competition in that regional area.
Well, and you also said that agritourism to your location would bring customers to the farmers market. So you're going to be open on the weekends?
Again, I apologize, I'm having a hard time hearing. So.
Okay. I'm Sarah Pettit. I'm the one you sent the email to last Wednesday.
Yeah.
You've had this in process for a little while. Wait till last Wednesday to communicate with farmers market? Yeah.
I mean, we haven't, these are just friendly, so I
No,
don't understand what you're
that's
asking.
Fine. That's fine. But you had mentioned that you're going to bring farmers market to the area. We have a strong farmers market base. And I can guarantee that just about every single person in this room has visited our market.
Okay. So am I hearing you say you're not interested in any farmers market structure or anything like that? I mean, if that's...
We are interested in the farmers market, but as she stated, 27 is our lifeline.
Okay.
It
Yeah,
really is our
we met with
lifeline.
the USDA today specifically to make sure that they were going to be communicating with the local farmers that we wanted to be a support and not a competition.
Mhm.
So again, the intention is to be collaborative. And
That's good.
if you're having ag careers going up in Kentucky, you're the only one that I know, because I actually do this across the country, and ag careers are going down when it comes to farming. And again, I know that. I mean, this is my world, my life.
I work as part of the University of Kentucky, and enrollments are an all-time high at the College of Agriculture, Food and Environment.
I'm sorry.
Agricultural enrollments at the University of Kentucky College of Ag are an all-time high.
But our intention is, and in everything we're doing, our intention is when people graduate from the schools, they actually have a career path in ag. I don't want them to be a landscape designer. When they want to grow plants.
Designer?
When they want to grow plants. When they want to grow plants.
I understand that.
Okay, that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help grow plants, grow food.
No,
So this is not, for somehow this has turned into a hostile situation, and I'm not exactly sure what happened here.
No,
because
I'm just sharing
I mean,
statistics from
from my
the data
perspective,
I know.
we came here saying we wanted to help. In no way, shape, or form am I talking about competition. Came here to try to help create jobs. We came here to help create an adaptive reuse situation with the building. I mean, again, this is not meant to slam anyone what they're doing. I wasn't slamming people for what they're doing. We're trying to support it.
And this was, please don't misunderstand either as hostile, because it's just merely clarifying the facts of the local community, which I worked in for 7 years alongside the farmers. And I think that the agritourism mission is on point. Look, the food chain, which is a similar model to yours, not on the same scale, but with around the basis of community,
Sure.
is one of my favorite spots in the entire state that I visit.
And I support it completely, but you do live in a food desert. I work in food deserts, that's what I do. And every place I go into a food desert is to try to create healthy food to try to stem that issue. And that's a go. So, I mean, again, Healthy Food Finance Initiative is what I do.
But you also stated that you weren't going to be in competition with local farmers, and you were going to be selling that regionally at a distance outside of local.
We actually had a plan with the USDA that local farmers could even be supplemental to the contract we have if they have surplus and they want to sell for us, through us. We can do that. I mean, the idea is to support, without a commodity. I mean, I'm not telling you, without aggregating yourselves. You're not a commodity. Without a commodity, it's hard to get into a market. The idea is to try to create markets so that you're not a food desert anymore, that there is production here. There is not enough production in the United States of healthy food. That's just a fact.
That is a fact, but you keep walking this line of saying you're supporting local food economy, but then your trucks are transporting your product outside of the community. So the farm to school program would be great. I would love to see our entire lettuce production at Pendleton County Schools come from this project.
Sure.
That would be integrating and supporting our local food economy in our county.
We would sell, let me clarify. We would sell as much as we could to the local economy if they need it, because we want it to stay local. I'm saying from an economic standpoint, to be viable, you have to have outside contracts that have capacity.
We understand
Yeah,
this.
so that's where we're at. So as much of the food that could stay local, we'd be love to sell to the school system, we'd love to sell to the hospitals, so it stayed local if that was something people wanted. I mean, so we're not trying to be competition. And I'm going to apologize, I have quite a drive home, and I'm going to start making it because it's supposed to be like icy road, so I've got a long way to go. But I want to thank you all, but again, I'm a little mystified tonight, to be quite honest. I'm a little mystified tonight because we came here to help. I did. I came here to help, and I'm going home a little bit disillusioned, quite honestly.
And that's appreciated. Bringing farmers to the community is great. Reuse of the historical building is great. I am concerned for some of the local residents. They're going to live around there. That is going to be put them in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation. Farmers market does not want to compete. We just don't. We have to worry about it. I mean, our profits increased last year.
The intention was never
Yeah.
competition. I wasn't aware that you guys had a fixed facility for your farmer's
We
market.
don't.
That's what I wanted to create for you. So it's not two farmer's markets, it's let's make the farmer's market here and I'll build it for you. But if you don't like the location and you don't want it and you don't want anything to do with it or whatever, I mean, okay, I mean, that's really unusual.
We were just a
Because,
little miffed
you
that
know,
we were never
I'm
really
saying, hey, I'm
contacted.
gonna give this for you and build it to even your standards by your suggestions and what you'd like, and now you're coming up in front of the room saying, we don't want that.
So please,
We got our own.
again, don't misunderstand our
That's,
statement.
I mean, that's why I was I'm very confused
What
about
we're
everything
trying to
that's being
say
said.
is that we've been a viable piece of the thread and the fabric of the community. And we've been working diligently on this project for over 7 years. And we've been making strides and steps to incrementally get to our goal. And you could be potentially part of that story, but we wanted to make sure that you knew, because the way that it says create a farmer's market. Like, one has not existed here since the 1980s.
No. To
So
create a
it's
permanent
just with the
structure
way
for
of,
your existing
right, but
farmer's
it's
market.
the way that it was written. So we were here tonight to vocalize that here we are an adamant and strong supporter of the local food economy. That's what we do, is provide fresh, local, healthy food.
Yeah.
And partnering with Extension for your agritourism mission would be a great opportunity, because that's how a lot of the other agritourism, we work closely with the Kentucky Department of Agriculture, which is who works more so with agritourism than USDA does. Extension, SEDIC, KCAR, all these organizations that we work extremely closely with that help further agritourism ventures, and we do business planning for our farmers. So that's what we're trying to say.
Okay.
So I think that you have a great mission. But we definitely wanted part of that story, but there was no other way for us to get contact with you. We've never, until 5 days ago, we've never been invited to the table. Yet through all the community discussions, we kept hearing farmers market, and we take pride in our farmers market.
Yeah.
And
Give me a
that's what
call,
we're here
you
to
got my
say.
phone number and your email, that's, I
So-
mean, this is part of the planning, we just, like I said, this is just an artist rendering, we threw up a canopy because we haven't gotten any feedback. So all you gotta do is call me, and we can work something out. Like Jim said, I was super confused about where you were going with what you were saying, because it sounded absolutely against everything that we came here to offer. And I'm just
No, there were just a
really
few
sort of blown away a
statements
little
that
bit.
were made that contradict what I know in the industry that I work in.
Okay, so I need to put it into this so that we can get any other questions. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
I do have one on a personal level, well, not personal level, a curious level. You will have, what actual system are you using within the building? Is it hydroponic, is it aquaponic, what is it?
Hydroponic.
It is hydroponic.
Yeah, not
What will you be doing with your wastewater? Because you can't reuse that water.
You can for the
And-
building,
Okay.
for the greenhouses is going to be in a retention pond that we're trying to figure out how to even reutilize that to water the landscaping and things like, because it would be nutrient-rich water. So we would have a reuse sort of scenario that we're creating for that as well.
What about the produce that's not viable for retail? What will you do with that?
Jim just
waste
left,
product.
he's my farmer, so I can't really speak intelligently about the specifics of the farming. We missed out on that. 'cause we've
And
been fighting.
you think growth would happen in 2 years, you would be able to have retail sale?
In half,
In 2 years, you'll be up to the $3 million revenue mark?
potentially before that, where you get the 2-year time span?
He had said something about 2 years. That's why I
Oh,
was
that was
curious.
the truck traffic conversation.
Oh, okay.
So before we got to the point where there was full-size semi-truck trailers potentially on site, might be up to 2 years before that actually happens. If it happens at all, most refrigerated trucks are smaller than full semi-trailers.
And do you presently have contracts with,
Jim does
Okay.
at other locations, yes.
because that's what I was curious about. And like I said, it may sound hostile, but we were not being hostile. It's just like we were said, oh, there's going to be a farmer's market there. And the farmer's market owners are like, what? We're
For
trying to
you
build a
guys,
building
that's the
somewhere
whole
else.
point was
Well, I know, I get
for
that.
you.
But communication in a small community is key.
Right, so call
Into
me.
acceptance.
That's why I sent the
You
email.
were the one building.
Okay, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
I'm Joyce Carson. I want to know, will you be growing vegetables all year round?
That's the idea,
So
yes.
that would be in competition with that. Another thing, I grew up on a farm in Pendleton County. I know the number of farms have decreased. Number of farms decreasing still. Another thing, competition makes the world go round. So, I know that my husband's got a car parts business when town just opened up. Good. We need more businesses.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak? No? Okay. This time I ask for a motion to close the public hearing.
Motion to close the public hearing for our meeting.
All in favor? Opposed? Okay. Thank you all. Okay, so, timing-wise, Tim, is this something we have to make a decision tonight?
Brian, did you get an application? Well, they have, 60 days for the application? Do we have the application more than 30 days? Or do we get it off till next month, or do we have to make a decision? Huh? So you'd actually need to make a decision unless you ask the applicant to reduce it.
We need a second on the commission. And I gave you the second. We're gonna take a 5-minute break, stretch legs, bathrooms, or something like